everyone, Joe here from the Minecraft Alliance, and welcome back to another episode of ranking Harry Potter, guys. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing a ranking of the films, starting with my number 8 and moving up all the way up to my number 1. And there's a few interesting ones here. I have a couple of tiebreakers, not tiebreakers, I have a couple of ties which I'll be showing off to you. But we're going to get started now. Starting at number 8, it's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, directed by Christopher Columbus. Now, the reason why this film, recenter myself slightly, the reason why this film for me is at number 8 as opposed to being higher, just because I feel like this one, in comparison to the book, I do agree with still. It's just kind of, oh, by the way, I should point out this was all done on like a ranking sort of scale, so I had like a whole load of categories. I had a effects category, a loyalty category, an acting category, an my opinions category, and a critics category, all ranked out of 10. So yeah, and this I'll let you know, there was some controversy. This has changed because I realised I'd done formulas wrong and the spreadsheet wasn't adding up correctly. There was only one that got higher than 40, whereas before all of them did bar one, which I think was this one. This one, however, has still stayed as the bottom one, however some moved drastically. This, however, is at the moment the bottom one. It is number 8. Just didn't really like it as much as the others. Again, like with the books, some of the ones towards the bottom I just didn't like as much as the other ones that I placed above it. Moving on to number 6, because we have a 2-place tie, it is Goblet of Fire and Deathly Hallows Part 1. Goblet of Fire directed by Mike Newell and Deathly Hallows Part 2 directed by David Yates. Now, similar to me for the 4th one, I've never liked the 4th movie. It's alright, but it's not as good as the 3rd and the 5th which go around it. And that's why it's been placed here. The reason why it's not 6th, 8th even, is purely because of the fact that it's slightly more loyal, I think was the reason. I think that got a better review. I will let you know what improved on at some points in the future. And Deathly Hallows Part 1, I don't really like it because it's all set up and evidently it must have gotten a bad score somewhere on the line. I think loyalty, I think it struggled in because I didn't find it very loyal to the books. It was a bit dodgy for me. Effects, I think acting was okay, but yeah. Anyway, moving on now then to the next number, which in this case you can't quite read it, I don't know. It's number 4, and those are Philosopher's Stone and Half-Blood Prince, directed by Christopher Columbus and David Yates. That signs out Christopher Columbus from this list. I should have mentioned Mike Newell, obviously only directed one film, so he was signed out from the last film. Now, Christopher Columbus' first film, he did an amazing job of setting up the world. I think it was an amazing one. Again, like I say, it's harder for me to give my opinions on these because these were ranked through a range of categories. I think the loyalty was very good on Philosopher's Stone. This one was 7th, but it's been moved up through the correcting of the figures. Yeah, I think it improved really well on loyalty. Half-Blood Prince, I think acting is quite high. I don't think it got as high as the critical score. Critic scores the other ones did. Moving on to number 3 though, it is Order of the Phoenix, directed by David Yates. Now the reason why Order of the Phoenix is as high as it is because it is, as I said before, that and the 3rd film are my 2 favourites, which is why I dislike 4 so much, because the 4 was not as good in my opinion as the 2 that surround it. 5th film, love it, love the music. In particular, you'll remember this one when I reviewed the film, Umbridge's theme, the dun 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 dun, that theme, love it. It was an interesting choice to change the screenplay, right? I think it worked, but it was good that I think Steve Close came back, but I liked the screen. And this was obviously David Yates' premiere as director, and a lot of editing things. Now the interesting thing is, after this he's done 5, 6, 7, 8, Fantastic Beasts 1 and Fantastic Beasts 2. He has now done 6 Harry Potter movies, and actually, something I want to point out is that when the Fantastic Beasts 2 film comes out later this year, it will be the 10th Harry Potter film we have had, which I think we can all get excited for. But that is why number 5 is at my 3rd spot. Now at number 2, I think I remember what this one is, and I am right. It is Prisoner of Azkaban, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. Now again, this will be his time out for him. The reason why, by the way, the reason why he's not got an accent on the O, I believe it is, in his name is because I can't do that in PowerPoint for some reason, using Word art. I don't have access to the internet on this computer because it's dodgy. But Alfonso Cuarón, he made this film really great. Some of the artistic choices, the camera shots, very few shots are not moving, which I think is a very creative choice there by him. He made some very good choices. He really, one of the things I loved that he did was he basically allowed the kids to have their own unique styles. It wasn't all the same like in the first 2 movies. Some of them grew their hair out, they had tattoos, piercings, that sort of thing. It was all, he kind of expanded it on, which was good, because it gave each student a sense of individuality. And when the characters got as important as they did towards the end of the films, it was good, in my opinion, to have each person have a bit of individuality to them and not just all be wearing the same costume and having the same haircuts. Which means that number 1 is, you may or may not have worked it out, it is Deathly Hallows Part 2, directed by David Yates and Mouse is on screen. Now the reason why this film goes so high, I think one of the things is I think this film gets a 10 for acting. Not the most loyal, but I still love it. No, it's a 10 for effects, I think. Yeah, because this film, I love the shield and the way that all of Hogwarts, when you see all the panning shots, that's all built in the computer, and the fact that that looks so good and so realistic, I think is amazing. It's just generally a really good film. I can't see why anyone wouldn't like this film. It's a really climactic end to the series, and the final duel is really dramatic. The Harry Potter is dead moment, and then he laughs. The Voldemort's Laugh remix, which I linked in the description, definitely has Part 2 review, which you can find in the playlist. Not in the playlist in the description, because that's the playlist to this series, but that's why this is my number 1. Now guys, that is it, I think. If I click the button, you'll see, I'll go to a blank page, and then we'll go to the game ranking. Now this is going to be an initial game ranking, which I'm going to do for the next video, guys, so do stay tuned for that. If you haven't enjoyed today's video, guys, and you would like to see more content like this on the channel, please don't forget to like the video, and if you're new around here, please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. I'm uploading a lot at the moment. I'm trying to catch up, because next week, starting on the 6th of August, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, which you guys will be seeing in the coming days. More about that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video, guys. Oh, one more thing. Do not forget that you're awesome. Don't anyone tell you different. And I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Goodbye.